Hello, friends. Jitsu Squad just came out on console, and apparently it is farther along in mechanics than the PC version. I booted up this version, actually found some new moves. I booted up the PC version, and they're not intact, so I figured I'd make a quick video about this. So your Fury Bar has a number of options now that you can do with it besides just transforming and using your super. Like you can also use it to burst out of combos and stuff. This. And you can also do EX moves. Now, it seems like not all of them are implemented, or it's kind of janky. Sometimes I input the command and it doesn't work, but it seems like the majority of your moves actually have them. So let's show some of them. Here's her basic uppercut. And here's the EX one. So like more hit stun, more damage, extra properties. Here's his. Gotta get him out of Fury mode to try it out. So he's got Fireball when you turn it into an EX move. Causes a ground wall bounce. That would have been cool. Let's try that again. Oops. So you can see in the upper right hand corner it says true combo and false combo. If you've ever played stuff like Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, Melty Blood to be more specific, that's pretty much where the term invalid combo comes from, is Melty Blood. Where you can hit the enemy, but the hit stun will deteriorate, or maybe there's some other way that they can escape. So the game will count that as invalid. So, like this, that's a natural combo, right? So it says true and false combo, which is kind of misleading. Obviously, you can't get out of your basic attack string. That would be terrible design if they could. So a true combo is essentially when the true and false combo numbers are going up simultaneously. So let's try to do a tag combo here. I haven't practiced that much. I was practicing a little bit at my caregiver job, but I didn't really get anything too set in stone. So you can see there that the false combo kicked in. There you go, 39 hit true combo. So I guess that would work on a boss. He's got an EX of his up kicks as well. But sometimes that happens. It's kind of janky. I don't know if it's my controller or what, but sometimes he won't go into it right away. So let's play a little bit with the tag mode. I had no idea that these moves are added. They're undocumented right now, so I don't know if they were planning to add more later or they're going to make them official, but it seems like the PC version is actually quite a bit ahead. One thing that's kind of a bummer about this game is the real first level is the tutorial. The real first level is the second level. The actual first level is more of a tutorial, so it could be kind of a pain to play through more than once, but I think they're going to be adding like a level select later, so maybe you can skip that later on. Yeah, I think the super bar feels a lot better in this now that you can actually use it in multiple ways. You can use it to transform, you can use it to use a super, which is a great combo ender because even bosses can't get out of it. Or you can use it for EX moves. And in tag mode, the super bar is even more important because you kind of have to manage who you pick things up with, because otherwise you're going to have everything on one character and you have a character that won't be able to burst. Alright, let's see if we can get some sexy combos going on here. I should mention something else as well. In the accessibility features, there's an option to unlock everything. Normally, the moves are earned through gameplay. The problem with that right now is that there's no New Game Plus yet. That's going to be added. That's one of the Kickstarter stretch goals that they met. So that will be added later on, so it's kind of a bummer. You know, they want you to not be overwhelmed. Obviously, this game is pretty mechanics heavy, especially for a beat 'em up. So they don't want you to be overwhelmed, but it legit sucks to have to unlock everything every time. So if you don't like that, if you back this game on Kickstarter or you bought the PC version on your own, I would recommend just using the unlock feature. That way you'll have all the moves and you can just mess around with tag mode. I have noticed one caveat with tag mode. I'm not able to do two-person tag mode anymore. It asks me for another controller, which is really weird. I don't know why that is, but if you want to do tag mode, you have to do 3 or 4 team. You can't do 2 characters. So in tag mode, I think that the pickups are a lot more useful, and there's a lot more thought into picking them up. You saw there in the training mode, I did like a 40-hit combo that he couldn't get out of. That was a true combo. So you want to make sure you manage your resources accordingly. The port is pretty good. I've noticed some major performance issues in certain areas. I don't know why that is. There was a day 1 patch that fixed like most of it, but it's definitely still a problem, so hopefully they'll fix that later on. I've heard that the console versions are fine, but the Switch one obviously is struggling with having to make the game run in portable clock speeds and stuff. They don't have any control over that, so that's a bummer, but not a deal breaker. I'm sure it'll get fixed. I noticed the first part of level 5, the lava cave, runs at like really bad frame rate for some reason. This place does too. Doesn't make sense that it's dropping frames right here. I didn't get my review key for this until like the day it came out. Because I don't really use Twitter that much anymore, so I wasn't aware that they were even taking review keys for it, but I got a hookup from the developer, so I'll have to talk to them and see if maybe they'll do a hot fix for the Switch version. It's definitely a bit rough in some places. This game has like really high quality hand-drawn sprites with lots of animation, and there's big groups of enemies and screen clearing hitboxes and stuff. Like, it's not too out of the ordinary that it's like that, but it's still a bummer. I'm sure they'll get it to a better spot later on. That was another thing they added in the post-launch patches. They added like the demonstration feature from Capcom beat 'em ups. More specifically, you could say Alien vs. Predator. so that you could pick stuff up. That was definitely a little bit of a flaw in the original release. Sometimes you would try to pick stuff up and there just wasn't enough time. Apparently the day one patch for this was only available on the day of release, so port reviews for this might be a little bit inaccurate, and it's not the fault of the people covering the games, covering this game. There's no malice or anything meant with it, it's just that I guess the codes were given out about a week before release, and for some reason they let people review it without the day one patch, which greatly improved things. From what I hear, I didn't get access to the game until after that was added, so I can't comment on the pre-release version, but definitely a little bit janky.
Fire!
It's chugging a little bit there. Must have been a nightmare to port this to the Switch. This is a pretty demanding game. I think, like, out of the more recently released beat 'em ups, this one was probably the hardest to port, just because there's so much stuff going on. It's like got as much going on as like a Marvel match, but with like 30 times more characters on the screen. Well, there you go. You got to see a little bit of the EX moves there. So if you're on console, I don't know if this is applicable to the PS4 and Xbox versions. I got the Switch version here, as you see. I'm on 1.01, so I'm guessing that they just kind of added that for some reason. I assume it will be on PC, but I just tried it on PC, and the PC version just updated a couple days ago, back when the console version released, and I was not able to use that mechanic at all. So I think the super bar mechanic is actually really cool now, because you get bursts, you get a transform, and then you get a super. And then you get EX moves as well, so it's a lot more strategic to use it. I think in the base version of the game, the one where they released the game for Kickstarter backers and stuff, it kind of felt like the super bar mechanic wasn't really too interesting because you would either transform with it, and transforming I never really found to be too interesting. I found it a little bit too hard to control the character, and then also from a gameplay standpoint, the best thing to do with it was just to transform whenever the boss would transform, and you both would be just invincible. It feels like now it's actually about as much thought into using your super bar as like an actual fighting game, which is pretty cool. So those moves are not listed or documented in the move list at all. I assume that's an error. Maybe they'll add that in the next patch or something. But basically, if you do any of your moves or most of your moves and you use the special attack button instead of the attack button, then you'll get the EX version. Thanks for watching.